What's up, everybody? Gridbot Guru here, and today what we're going to do is we're going to do something a little bit different. What we are going to end up doing today is we're going to start the first video of what I like to call the live trade series. And what I'm hoping to do is kind of set one of those up every day and let you guys see kind of some of the things I'm looking for and honestly, the results that I'm also getting. Hopefully you guys can follow along, and whether or not you take these trades, that is strictly on your end, okay? I'm not telling you to take these trades. This is something that I'm making a choice to do with my personal funds, okay? So I'm not advising you. I'm setting it up on my own account, okay? But as always, if you have not already, please subscribe to this channel. Click the thumbs up button, click the bell. That way you are getting notified of all the new content coming out. Like I said, today is going to be a live trade. However, I am going to continue with the how all the other bots work as well. So if that's something you're still interested in, they will be coming, and they will continue coming as well. But today I wanted to switch gears. I saw something I liked, and I'm gonna go for it. Okay, so go ahead. If you have not subscribed, please do. If you're not signed up with Pionex, go ahead and click the links below. There's two links down there. There's one for the US Pionex. There's also one for the global. They both will end up getting you to the right place that you need to be in order to sign up for your own area. All right, so without going any further and without keeping you guys hanging, what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and get started. So I am going to end up going to spot. I go to trading bot. All right, I have two of them that I really like. The first one is waves. Okay, so I'm going to let that come up. I'm going to go to the spot where I can end up looking up your coins, search option. All right. So with waves, one thing that I saw was it has dropped tremendously. Yesterday we ended up having a fairly big drop with like across the board, and today we have started a drop as well. So what you end up having with waves is it actually has come down today. It has come down about 7.8% currently. Okay, that's about 18 cents. Not a big drop, it's not huge, but for waves it's pretty big. So kind of keep that in mind. That's one of the reasons why I love looking at the percentages of things. So keep that in mind. Percentages, kind of, you can compare apples to apples across the board. But if I said, hey, Bitcoin dropped 18 cents, you wouldn't think much of it. But for waves, that's like 7%. If Bitcoin drops 7%, that's pretty significant. Anyway, let's go ahead and get started. I look at the 1-day chart. Again, I'm going to let this run for probably at least a week or two, and then I'm going to end up coming back, circling back around and showing results. And what I will do is I'll be on and I will stop it then, okay? So what I'm going to end up doing is, like I said before, I love the DCA Martingale bots. So with waves, I'm looking at it and I see that we have this nice little uptrend. We have a dump, come back up. We're retesting up here, and then we have another one, okay? So I'm going to hold off on this, actually. I'm watching it. I'm going to make sure that I watch it. I'm actually going to put it on my watch list, which if you're using strictly Pionex, you can click this little star right here, which that means it's one of yours that you've picked. I'm going to remove it because I do have it. I actually watch a lot of my stuff on TradingView. So with that, I'm going to hold off on that. A couple reasons why: because RSI is still at about 50% or 50 points, and I want it to get lower. I may miss out, but that's all right. Trades are kind of like a bus. Another bus will come. Another thing I'm seeing is I'm seeing a lot of like area right here where there's a lot of support. It looks like there's a lot of support, I see up here where it's come up, come back down, come up, and I have a very, very, very suspicious feeling that it's going to break down and try to get the next level. The next level that it could end up hitting would be this area for the 1.9, or it could also go back down to around the 1.5. I'm just going to hold off on waves. Again, I'll let another bus come, I'll let another trade come, and there's another one that I like a little bit better, which is Blur. So I'm going to go search Blur. It has dropped 6.28% today. And we have this area. So I see this area. You can see that the RSI is about 43 right now. And what you end up having is you can see that it's basically kind of lining up with this area of support. Now, my gut feeling is it'll probably break through that and keep going down to maybe the 0.33, maybe even down all the way to the 0.17. I don't know. And whoever tells you they do know is lying, okay? I will tell you that for sure, for sure. It's always a possibility that something happens and things tank, something happens, things spike. That's one of the reasons why I do not do leverage tokens. You can't really get out of leverage tokens as easy, and with regular coins, if nothing else, you can hold it. Hold it for another year and you have it, okay? Now, what I'm going to end up doing is I also have ATR here. The ATR is average true range. On TradingView, you can flip that to a percentage so you know about the percent that it drops. And that's a lot of times what I like to end up using. So with ATR, I have that on there. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a bot. I'm going to create a simple one, Blur USDT. I'm going to copy my parameters to customize them. Now, what my stuff shows is that Blur is moving about 10 to 15% per day on average, okay, for the last 14 candles or so on average. I'm going to end up making it 5%. So every 5% it drops, it will go and it will take a buy. With my take profit, I'm going to do 3% take profit. Now with this, what that is also doing is that is also following it down because my price deviation and my take profit are going to be different. My take profit is smaller than my price deviation. So it's going to buy, but every time it hits that 3% profit, okay, it's going to start over. So it could, in theory, follow this down. So I'm playing it on a more protective of my funds. Could I do a price deviation of 5% and a take profit of 10%? Yes, absolutely you can. But just know that if you do that, okay, there's a chance that it could keep going down for extended periods of time and you never get that 10% pop. With what I'm looking at in my charts, I think 3% profit will be very manageable on a daily time frame. Again, I watch daily. I don't have time for the other smaller time frames. So I come down here and it says I need either 276 or 354. I'm going to do 300. Okay. I have 354 right here. That's my available balance. I'm going to go to expand. I don't think I want any of these. Just double checking. Okay, my signal is going to be immediately. Price scale is 1.5. 8 safety orders. Okay, so all right. Total profit. I don't want a stop loss. What I'm going to do is I'm going to let this run for about 10 days. 10 to 14 days is what I'm going to let it run. I'm telling you now. Probably 10 to 14 days, and we'll see what we can end up doing. Right now, I'm going to press create, double check everything, 5%, 8 orders, take profit 3%, 300, and press OK. All right, so it is successfully created. I'm going to take these off. So I'm going to take my RSI off, take my ATR off, and what I'm going to do is, hopefully we can show the orders. Maybe I actually have to click on the bots. There we go. So here are my orders. with those parameters, okay, with those parameters, I can get all the way, I can still make buys all the way down to 0.2796 cents around there, or 0.2807. So that means that if, let's get our ruler out, if there was for some reason from the current spot, if there was some reason a 30% drop, I would still be making those buys and it come back up. Now, do I think it's going to do that? No. Is there a chance? Absolutely 100%. This coin could go to zero tomorrow. It really could. But that's one of the chances you take with crypto and some of the altcoins. You just don't know, okay? Going with some of my other coins, you can see where my DCA, the DCA Martingale bots are doing fairly well, even with yesterday's kind of dip and whatnot. You know, you have today's profit, you got your total profits. A lot of them that have been holding for extended periods of time are green. Okay, so I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them that I've been holding for about probably a week. They're all green. These two I started yesterday just to kind of test things out. But like I said, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start holding these for about 7 to 10 days. I'll say 7 to 14 days. That's my final 7 to 14 days. So 1 to 2 weeks. And I will show you. My goal is to get 1 to 2%. Okay. So if I have something like this one's at 5 or 2.8%. If it jumps to like 5%, I'm probably going to go ahead and take profit, and I'll call myself on it. When you have big jumps like that, you want to take profit when you can, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and leave this going. And like I said, this will be my live series. I will start posting these and kind of seeing some things that I am liking. I may circle back around in a couple days and look at waves again and kind of explain to you guys where I was at. All right, I hope everybody is doing great out there. I hope you guys are all doing well. Again, this is not financial advice, so if you don't feel comfortable with it, please don't do it. Also, at the same time, if you are trying to keep your lights on and try to make sure that you have gas in your car, your lights are on, you have food in your fridge, don't play with crypto, okay? You have to have a steady income. Now, if crypto is your thing and you have found a way to make it steady, please do it, but don't gamble with your funds, okay? Make sure your real life stuff is set up first, and then you can end up using this as an investment, okay? All right, everybody, I hope you guys have a great day trading, and I want you all to stay green. I'll see you next time.